In this region, and not just in this region, around the world, there are concerns about rising levels of youth unemployment. And I guess part of the mission of a university is to make sure that the skills that you're equipping your students with are the skills that are going to be necessary and useful for when they actually join the workforce. So, what do you see as the role of universities to not just educate, but to enable sustainable and meaningful careers for your students?
So let me start by the context. So the MENA region is very blessed to have a very young population. You have at least 25% of the population is below the age of 30. So this is a great asset. Yet the unemployment rate among youth is around 30%. It is 40% among university graduates. So
Wow.
there is a clear urgency to reimagine education and change many things in education. For example, in 1980s, you would find, or you might find, an engineer who would work for a company, same company, for 30 years, doing pretty much the same technical part. Today, we have a software engineer, for example, who would move to a different company every 3 years, learn new programming languages, and do freelancing on the side. So this requires a completely paradigm shift. So we are preparing the students for a completely new realities. So today, in my opinion, soft skills are at least as important as technical skills. Of course, being technically good is important, but it's not enough nowadays. So what we need is to be more resilient, adaptable, socially aware. In my opinion, this is what universities in the region should focus on. And this is what Ajman University is doing. We are preparing well-rounded minds who have the needs and qualifications and character and talent that the new realities require.
It's interesting because you talk about the changing nature and changing longevity of people's jobs. And back in the day, maybe the job that you started doing was going to be your job for life. How do you distinguish between doing a job and building a career?
Good question. I think doing a job is not sustainable today because, as I said, you don't know where life will take you. Sometimes it's things that you discover by experience. So I think it is better and much more responsible for universities to prepare students for meaningful careers. And again, I think can only be done through fostering the right soft skills and character. And
How do you do that?
we do that with very, very strong ties first with the industry. We have identified employability as the center of gravity of our university. And everything we do is around employability of our students. So basically, you need to build the right ecosystem. It's not a couple of guest lectures or internship opportunities. These things have worked before and they won't be enough today. So you need to bring the industry to campus and bring the campus to the industry. And you need to start from the first year when the student comes to the university.
Yeah.
We should not wait until they become senior students and then remember that they will start the job market next year. So from day one, you mentor students about finding their real passion, finding their real why, and what is the difference that they really want to make for themselves and for society.
Yeah. Two words stand out to me from what you've said. You've talked about empowerment and you've talked about inclusion. Can you give us an example of a success story, perhaps of a student or a situation that embodies those two values?
I think I have plenty of stories. Ajman University is about inclusion, and this is how we started and why we started in 1988. But the examples that I would remember now is the Center for Inclusive Learning that we have launched a few months ago with the support of a company from the industry, AW Rostomani. So this center is mainly focusing on students with determination. We have very talented students of determination. They just require the right environment and the right ecosystem. We have a student, Ranim, who graduated recently. She came from Palestine as a child with a visual impairment, full of energy, full of dreams, and she was looking for an opportunity. And Ajman University gave her an opportunity, not only through the center, but also through a scholarship. And she graduated with a GPA 4.0. She was top of her class. The beautiful story is that she then helped other students with special needs to go through the same journey. And when I talked to Ranim, she told me it was not about the scholarship. It was about the fact that I felt that some people believed in me and the university believed in her. I'll give you another example. We have Abdul Rahman and his sister. They lost their parents to COVID in the same week. And of course, they went through financial issues. And Ajman University has helped them to continue their degree, and they graduated from Ajman University last year. We have also other students. So empowerment in Ajman University is not only about teaching, but it's about removing obstacles, believing in people, opening doors. After all, education is about turning mirrors into windows, and this is what we are trying to do here.
If I reflect on my own career, I would say that half the battle is just having the confidence to do what you do. And you get the confidence by knowing that others believe in you. And you do feel empowered. So the confidence comes from a place where you are being empowered by your situation, by your university, by your mentors, by your teachers.